Hello everybody. In this tutorial we're going to explore swept bow space. As I mentioned in the earlier tutorial, the swept bow space requires two separate sketches, each sketch on a plane that is perpendicular to each other. So let's take a look how we do that. Now I'm going to go to front plane first. I'm going to sketch a line on the front plane. Right here. Now I'm going to go reference geometry and I'm going to make a plane perpendicular to the line. It's fully defined. I'm going to make sure it's set original curve. I'm going to get out of there. I'm just going to hide my top plane because it's just bothering me in between. I'm right here on plane 1. I'm going to go and sketch on it. This time I'm going to sketch a circle here. See that I have sketched circle away from the origin so that I don't create any unwanted relationship accidentally. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the center of this circle and I'm going to hold the control button on my keyboard and I'm going to select the spline here or the line here. As you can see, the Pierce relationship pops up. I have mentioned understanding of Pierce relationship in the tutorial earlier, so please take a look at that. And now as you can see there, it's been pierced nice and clean. I'm going to go out of the sketch. So now we have two separate sketches. One is a circle and one is the spline right here or line here. I'm going to click on swept bow space. On the first one, profile, as you can see here, profile, red, little profile here. That's going to be our profile circle. And as you can see right here, the line, which is path. Path is going to be this. And as you can see here, just by using circle and a line, we created this sweep, a cylinder. So that's one way to create a sweep. Doesn't have to be circle all the time. We can always go back to sketch, edit the sketch. I'm just gonna go and delete this sketch real quick, and this time I'm gonna go make a hexagon. Remember, I'm making it away from the origin so I don't create any relationship that I really don't want. I'm going to click on the center of the hexagon. I'm going to hold down the control button on my keyboard and I'm going to select the spline this time. Pierce relationship pops up. I'm going to click on that. Click OK. I'm going to get out of the relationship. And as you can see, the whole object has been switched with the hexagon now. Now the line that we had, straight line, if I go back to it and if I edit that line or if I add something to the line, I'm going to select like this and I'm going to click OK. But now as you can see, if I make the sketch visible, we can see the circle is here. It's a circle, or the hexagon is here, and it starts making it from this point, but I was expecting it to make it from this point as well. So I think I need to edit my sketch real quick. I'm going to go edit sketch, and instead of making this line here, I'm going to delete that line and I'm going to make a line here. And I'm going to get out of the sketch and you can see the whole detail changes. So as you can see from this example, that the profile needs to be at the end of the path, and that's how it's going to continue on the entire path. If you have you have two lines here and there, and if you have your profile in the center, it's not going to do that. So that's one example. Now let's take a look at another example. So I'm just going to hide my sweep. I'm just going to go hide the sketches as well. So stop bothering me. I'm going to go on my top plane real quick and I'm going to sketch on the top plane right here. This time I'm going to go draw a rectangle and I'm going to hide this plane 1 as well, which is coming in my way. So I have one sketch which is a rectangle, which is ready right here. I'm just going to go create a point here somewhere. To make the plane, so I'm going to go create a plane on this point and perpendicular this line. Well, now remember, you don't have to create the plane right here. It's a straight line, so you can use actually or create the plane at this point. But I just added a point just as an example. So in case if you're not dealing with the straight line, if you're dealing with the curve and you want to create a plane at a certain point, you just add a point real quick, select the vector and the point, and you'll be able to develop this plane. Now I'm on this plane. I'm going to sketch something real quick. This time again, I'm going to go sketch a little hexagon there. Pay attention, I'm not starting it from the center, which is to avoid any unwanted relationship. I'm going to go click on the center of the hexagon, holding the control button. I'm going to select this rectangle that we just made, and Pierce relationship pops up. I'm going to click on that. There we go. Now we have a profile and we have a path. I'm going to go to swept bow space. It selects the profile, which is the last sketch in the memory, and I'm going to click on the path now. And as you can see, that it developed nice and clean frame, which is totally made up of hexagon. You can use any curve, any closed profile or open profile with the swept bow space. Now let's take a look at how this swept cut tool works. It's exactly the same tool, but in this tool it adds the material, in this tool it will remove the material. So now we're here. I'm just gonna extrude this rectangle real quick. I'll click OK. Now, for example, if this is a tabletop and I want this edge to be nicely carved but with inverted circle, so what I'll do here is that I'm going to go on the top of the extrude and I'm going to sketch there. This time I'm going to convert entities of these all 4 different lines on the top, but in 2010 it allows us to convert entities just by selection of the face. So I have selected the top face of this rectangle box, and now I'm going to click on convert entities, which is going to create this black line all around, which is the edge of that surface. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to get out of there. So we have this ready. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to go add a point here, but it's not necessary. You can actually select this point and make a plane there. Gonna get out the sketch. I'm gonna go click on the plane, select this point and select this line, set original curve, click OK. I'm here. Now I'm gonna go on this plane and I'm gonna sketch it. So I'm gonna make it normal to the plane that I just developed, and right here I'm gonna make a circle which is very small, about this radius. I'm gonna click OK. Remember, I'm not creating it at a center origin so that I can avoid any unwanted relationship. Now we are here in the sketch. I'm gonna click on the center of the circle, holding the control button. I'm gonna select the sketch 8. It's not allowing us to select that. Probably the body. I'm going to make the body invisible. And I'm going to click the center of the circle, holding the control button. I'm going to select this. Now we have Pierce relationship popped up. I'm going to click on Pierce. Click OK. I'm going to get out of the sketch. And I'm going to make this visible again. So we have a circle with the sketch on top, which is exactly perpendicular to the rectangle sketch. Now, instead of using swept bows, I'm going to use swept cut this time. So I'm going to click on that. As a profile, I'm going to select on the circle, and as a path, I'm going to select the sketch 8. And as we can see, it develops. It shows us the preview. Now I'm just going to click OK, and you'll be able to see that this time the details has been changed and the circle actually removed the material instead of adding. So this way you can use any close or open profile as a path, and you have to have a closed profile for the profile. Let me show you where that really goes. The profile goes here. Anything that you select here, that needs to be closed profile. Anything that you select here in the path, that could be open or closed profile. Okay, this concludes the tutorial. Hope it was informative. Thank you for watching.